Um, as a boy, when I was a kid, I loved toys. I think I've been playing with toys since the day I remembered. My diorama is all about life, how people lead their living, where people live, how people travel to work, for example. And I hope it will become an artifact, an archive of experiences and memories to bring to the future. So I hope this creation of mine survives long enough for the future generation to actually learn and experience how people live in the past, present, and the next near future.
I hate that video, by the way. Why must you put my age there? Everyone knows I'm 51 years old. And I hate you, Jason. Everything that I've been working for, you prove it wrong. With your H formula, I can't do it anymore. Okay. I hate engineers anyway. Anyway. Work done, workforce, Newton. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's me. Now I know why I'm not as successful. No work done. I hate you. A little bit nervous today. It's going to be a very nervous 18 minutes of my life because all the speakers have taken away what I want to speak about today. Being the last speaker, engineers who put me last speaker. That's why I did this book, because I rewrite my script many times while smoking. And you can't smoke in the campus. Who? And nobody here smokes anymore. Why? Anyway, that little boy there you see on screen, he back in 1968 lived with his mom and dad in a small little kampung in Osaka, Kedah, running around, sometimes naked, barefooted, chasing chickens, ducks, chasing little girls, naked little girls his age, having no worries in life, just having fun, just running around, eating when he's hungry and sleeping when he's feeling sleepy. He's got food on the table. When he's hungry, he got a roof on top of his head when to protect him from sun and rain. This little boy was a happy little boy. 1-year-old kid was happy living with his parents way back in the kampung, 1968. Then this little boy has to go to school. Time for him to go to school. Remember what teacher Ann mentioned just now about school being prison and all that? What she described was me actually fighting and hitting other kids. I hate school so much that I ran away a few times, honest to God, yeah. Until I was doing my SRP, I still ran away from school. And I got caught by my grandfather and got whacked bad enough until I thought, well, better go to school. Painful, no, rotan. And one day at school, teachers always like to ask this question. I don't know for what reason teachers and uncles and aunties like to ask this question. What do you want to be when you grow up? Why do you need to ask that question? But teachers do that every time. And you see in the classroom, boys and girls with hands up in the air. Doctors, lawyers, I want to be a Ultraman, Superman, fireman, nurse, But nobody wants to be an engineer. We don't know what engineer means in those days. Engineers don't exist in our life. Probably that uncle repairing engine in the workshop probably is the engineer to us. So nobody wants to be an engineer. And suddenly, this boy, this little kid, put up his hand, stood up and say, I want to drive a train. I want to be a train driver. He want to drive trains. That was me 40 odd years back before. Now, dreams do come true. 40 years later, that little boy who wants to drive trains, become a train driver. Well, at least. Well, not a real train. I don't know how the career path of becoming a train driver was not there when I was at school, so I don't know how to become a train driver. But then I built this train set at home, in my living room. It's the only thing in my living room. I have one sofa that I watch TV, one small TV, and my train set. That's all I have in my living room. And I built terrains, I built landscapes, which I imagine when I was small, paddy fields, hills with trees, blue sky, sunset. I built all this from imagination, the things that I dreamed when I was a kid in my living room, when I play with trains every day. Express Senandung Maram, Express Sinaran Petang, Butterworth, KL Express, and I play with trains every day of my life. Now, imagine a 51-year-old man playing with toys every day. Good life. So don't become an engineer, Jason. Anyway, but how does it start, all this? It started from me liking to play. I like to play a lot. Teachers hate me for that. I was the worst kind of student that a teacher wants, believe me. So I bought train sets. I start to paint them, and it doesn't look real. Toys, it doesn't look real. They are plastics. They are made of plastic, steels. So why not I try putting colors and start to make it look real, like real life. So I start to study about rust, a little bit of chemical engineering, oxidization, is that right? Oxidation, whatever. See, can be engineer also. Chemical engineer. Different conditions of moisture creates different kind of rust, indoor rust, outdoor rust, rust by the seaside, different colors, because I want to know how different kind of rusting effect is affected by the colors, so that I can color them, color the dust correctly, because I want to be correct. I just don't want to color rust as orange or whatever. I want it to be correct. And I start laying tracks. I started, a couple of planks, plywood, and then start laying these tracks in my living room. And I start to study how train really works. It's not just from getting from point A to point B. There'll be layovers where the other one passed while this one wait, and the scheduling of trains. I start studying all this, and then it becomes an obsession. Because I want it to look real. A real train doesn't run on plywood. It must run in the scenery, in the environment. So I start studying about landforms and how different kind of weather create different kind of landforms, like Batu Kapo, limestone in Ipoh, in Perak, and the rest and the other part of the country. I studied this geography now. Just now was engineer, now geographical expert. I study different colors just to get the color correct. I want the colors to be correct and the shades of tones of the land material to be right. So I start studying this. And then buildings. I need to put buildings in my creation, so I put on buildings and all that. So, and then starting to add bushes, flowers, trees. people working in the environment. And I ended up, after 1 year, having a set so elaborate in my living room. It's 15 by 15 feet. It's still there now. I can't wait to go home, actually, play my trains. But yeah, is life that simple? You dream as a kid, an 1-year-old kid, wait for 40 years later, and you get your dreams. Is life that simple? I mean, you just dream and get your... How do you get from point 8-year-old at school into a 40-year-old, 50-year-old man playing with trains? Where does that 40 years disappear? That 40 years gap, I've made every single mistake a man could ever make. I've made foolish decisions in my life that ever a man can make. You name it, and I've done it. It was a travel journey full of pain, sufferings, and frustrations, just because life is not that easy, gentlemen. You don't just dream and get whatever you want in life. See, I just rewrote the script, so I have to think now. I'm going to take a peek into it. But the last 40 years, the quarter of my life, I've spent swimming in an ocean, almost drowning, staying alive, dipped into the water, get out onto the surface and trying to gulp a few couples of air before I'm dunking again, just because I'm trying to fill these boxes of success created by unsuccessful people like my teachers, my grandmother, my aunties in the kampong. Those success in other people's eyes are the ones that you're trying to aim for, because you thought, if I can fill that box that these people create in front of you, SPM must get 72 A's, you must get 4 CGPA. All these boxes are created for you by people who don't even take SPM before, in my case, And I was trying all my life to fill in these boxes, because I want to look successful in their eyes. I want to wear a power suit, climbing the corporate ladder, talking to corporate leaders, making $1 million deals, because I thought, wow, that is a successful person. I wanted to play golf with rich politicians, making contributions to political parties so that I can become an influencer in the political game and become a great man and successful, because I thought that box is about success. That is what success is all about. And I spent more than half of my life being miserable, trying to be what I do not want to be. And don't make that mistake I made. Do not make that mistake I made. Because nobody deserves to say that you are unsuccessful. Nobody deserves to say that you are unhappy. If you're unhappy, it's your own doing. And it's also your own doing that can reverse everything else and make yourself happy. I stopped demanding. I stopped demanding for things to happen for me. I stopped demanding, and I changed my demands into preferences. I prefer to be with polite people and nice people around me. But if they are rude, that's okay. I turn and walk away. I prefer to have blue skies, sunny weather day, having picnic, eating sandwiches. But if it rains today, it's okay. I stay home and read a book. So changing preference, demand, when I demand people to like my work, I demand respect, I demand attention. I change that demand. I give attention to people. I listen to people. Instead of demanding you guys to listen to me, I listen to you first. And when I change, it's a change of attitude, actually. And I miss this boy. After 40 years, struggling to find what I want, trying to be unhappy, depressed, trying to make money. I thought money can make more money. Suddenly, I miss this guy. Where has he been 40 years of my life? This little guy who chased chickens, barefooted, naked, doing whatever he likes. And I tried to find what I did was I tried to find him back in my life. 5-6 years ago, I start doodling again, writing. I start doing what I want to be that boy again. When I want to have fun in my life. I start doing all these things for fun. I built things of value. See, when I stop asking for respect, when I stop trying to impress people with my work, the more I run away from popularity, the more popular I get. The more I do not want people to like me, the more people like me. The more I ran away and reach and live in the jungle alone, yeah, I wish I do, the more people come and find me. It's what you want in life. It's not what you want people to like. I changed my life. Art changed my life. I now have a purpose in life. My work inspires people around the world. I hope my work inspires you. And I think that's an idea worth spreading. Thank you very much.